G'day mate and welcome back to Captive Industry with me, JD. In our last episode, we spent a little bit of time trying to delete one piece of pressed waste. And well, although we succeeded in failing, I do have a plan. I have an ultimate plan. It's ultimately a very destructive plan, but I have a plan. But we're going to be coming back to that in a future video. We also moved around some belts and moved around a little bit of the logistics so we could get better access to our gold, so we could start digging in at the bottom of the gold mine rather than trying to dig in from the top. We also fought some pirates, and today we'll be fighting a whole lot more. But that is not before I ask a very important question, and that is, can I borrow a sub? Yep, I'd like to borrow a sub, because 30% of you are watching episode number 51. I have a Let's Play and you haven't clicked subscribe yet. So, can I tell you what? I just like to borrow a sub. If you're not happy with the series, the channel, if I start playing, I don't know, Roblox at some stage, if I start doing movie reviews of really obscure movies that you've never heard of, by all means, you can have your sub back. But till then, can I just borrow it? Because you've either found this video out of the blue or you've been watching for a while. If you happen to have found this video out of the blue, the good news is the top link of the description is a playlist taking you back to the start of the story and you can play catch up from there. Either that or you've watched the last 51 episodes in a row and you probably should click subscribe by now. Either way, I'd very, very much appreciate it. And to the other 70% of you that have already clicked the magic button, well, I'd like to borrow a like. And if you're not happy with the video, you didn't enjoy the video, you can have your like back. With that out of the way, let's get into today's episode. As always, at the start of every episode, I like to thank those that go above me on, and today I need to thank the wonderful Theodore. Theodore, who has chosen to become a YouTube member, chosen to support the channel, and chosen to drive around this mega truck. He was a smaller truck, but he decided it wasn't good enough for him. He wanted something a little bit bigger. So thank you, Theodore. Thank you, Theodore, for supporting the channel. Thank you for taking food down to the colony, because although we should be doing food this episode, we're not going to. I have better plans, more interesting plans, more riveting plans. The first one being, well, then we'll get to plastic. All right, the first one being research. Actually, let's do research. We just finished medical? Medical, it must have been medical. Medical Supplies 3. Yeah, we just finished Medical Supplies 3. Cool. Let's do Arc Furnace. Yeah, no, maybe. I sort of like that this list is long enough that it doesn't scroll off the edge. We'll come back to research. All right. First thing I want to do, actually, is I want to delete the dock. Yep, I want to get rid of the dock because I have a situation where this dock is now finished. Well, this pier is now finished, which means I want to put in some shipyards. Oh, I also want to, right at the start of the video, point out that we have 5,000 construction part 1, 9,000 construction parts 2, 5.7 and 4.7, because we're about to spend a lot in today's episode. There's a couple of projects we need to do. First one's going to be docks. So I'm going to throw a walls in there so I can put in my next dock right about there. And then we're going to copy that again and put in our third dock right there. Cool. With that done, we're going to grab some wool and we're going to go, is that tile? That's tile. One. Nope. We're going to go out one tile. Cool. 1, 2, 1, 2. Come on. 3, 4. Oh, you're annoying. You're so annoying. Can I convince somebody to come dump in this corner real quick? Am I right? That's going to be our first question. Am I right? I am 100% right. So I need material out that way. One smidge. I need one smidge of material out that way. You. Edit area. That bit. Okay, I need a mass dumping party. You. Nope. You. Can you aim over this corner? Can you aim over this corner? Cool. That should be enough mass dumping. Okay, I would, in theory, be putting another shipyard here. Cool. And then I'd be putting in our little walls to put in between shipyards. And then I'd be putting another shipyard here. And then I would be putting another shipyard here. Except this shipyard is blocked in by, well, the beach. The beach is a little bit too wide, so we can't build that shipyard. But I can build that shipyard. I can press I to do uni and build that shipyard. Okay, where is my mass exodus of trucks with stuff to dump? You can't reach that. You can't reach that. I haven't given you a lot of options. Okay, we're going to remove that. I just need this to be approved. Okay, there and there. Actually, can I aim that down? And aim that down. And you screwed up the corner already. Come on. Come on. It's the little things. It's the little things that really matter. Like the fact that you've made it worse, guys. Okay, Mega Excavator has no reachable terrain. Can I get you guys to just dig there? We'll come back to that problem. Cargo Depot has no cargo ship. I know. We're going to fix that problem. We're going to fix that problem by pressing the F3 button. And what's the cargo ship cost me? 600 construction parts. Done. Cool. Not enough workers. Yeah, pause. All right, come on. Come on, you guys can do it. Okay, you're not actually filling out the corner that I need you to fill out. I need that little bit there. That little bit there. I refuse to let this go. Okay, you broke the retaining walls. You guys are horrible. You're actually making this worse. There are more holes. Nope. Ah, finished. Okay. Not there, not there. Okay, and there. Come on. Got in this corner done. It's got to look neat and square. Perfect. Okay. It's about the little things. All right. And then I can put a dock. Huh? Terrain too low. You ruined that one too. Okay. And then I can put my dock there. Cool. It's not like we've been planning for like 600 years to do that. All right. Can I make sure this one is reassigned back to this area? Please? Cool. Oh, that was the wrong... Oh, it'll do. This one can be assigned to these tiles. This one can be assigned to those tiles. And this one can be assigned to those tiles. Okay, so that's the first thing that I had to fix. All right. Yeah, go away, guys. You're all in the wrong spot. Cargo depot, go, turn around. Bad trucks. Bad trucks. You're done. You can go away. All right, so that was the first project I had to do. Second project I have to do is about filling in the many sections of the crater. We have an awful lot of digging happening inside the crater, but we don't have enough material. I'll stress enough material making it out of the crater. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to improve that situation. Now, the other thing I need to do is I need to improve plastic. So let's start with plastic. We're going to build that. We're going to unpause that so it runs. You're going to make 48 plastic, which probably means that belt needs a quick upgrade. And then that should hopefully fix our plastic problem. Cool. All right. Next thing I need to do is I need to talk about plastic and where we get our naphtha from. So our naphtha comes from this pipe, which 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 goes over here. My problem is I really don't want this hill here. I'd really like to remove this hill. So what we're going to do is we're going to disconnect this little bit of naphtha pipe, remove that out, right? And plug it into this little pipe here. Little pipe. It's an entirely different pipe, which we're going to build. Which, if we backtrack heads up our ramp that we played with last episode, up under this bridge, around this corner, up to here, up under this bridge, over that ramp, through this mess, which we'll get back to shortly, and then pops its way over here, where it T-junctions off that naphtha pipe that we just disconnected. Now, I could reverse that and wait for it to empty, and it would probably empty. It would probably empty reasonably quickly. My other option is I press that button and I just say goodbye to 800 naphtha. Mega excavator has no reachable terrains. Here, have a whole extra 2 tiles. Okay. My other problem I have is about the sheer amount of material. The sheer amount of material we're digging up and we're putting into this bucket. We're putting an awful lot of material in this bucket every single minute, and I have 2 belts. No, I actually have 3 belts. I have the 3rd belt that goes over that makes filtration medium, but basically I have 2 belts going out. And in theory, those 2 belts going out should move 900 items per minute. The problem is they don't. They really, really don't. We keep having problems. Some of the problems have been caused during this episode and are having errors up the top right-hand corner, but we'll get to those errors. What I'd like to do is I'd like to copy this bucket, and I'd like to put this bucket about here. Now, if it's here, it's very close for these trucks to get to, which would definitely be a wonderful thing. Can I quick deliver you? And can I remove you from using this bucket, and you from using this bucket, and you from using this bucket, because you are dead. You are dead. You can be part of the cleanup. You can go away. Right. So I'd like a new bucket here, which is going to be really close. Like they can reach that from the lower area. They don't have to drive up here. Also means that I have just enough room. I can put in another set of houses, should we so wish. We probably do so wish, but a bucket here is useless. I need to get the bucket emptied. So to get a bucket emptied, we're going to have a buildings for vehicles. We're going to have a ramp, and I'm going to be putting a ramp about here. That looks like a good spot. Then I'm going to take that belt is not fast enough. Fast belt, very fast belt. We're going to take 450 items. Get 450 items per minute, and I'm going to run that belt around here and feed that into this lane. Yes, and then I need to run this belt up another tile, down a tile, around here, through the back of everything, and then bring you out to this tile. I think it's this tile. Yeah, we should be able to go to that tile. And then to there, and then to there, and to there. Cool. That's going to be our belt. Our belt. That'll get 450 items moved out per minute. Okay? Because that's the speed the belt runs at. Which is good. That's an awful lot of material. But if I built 2 of them, that'd be 900. 900 is way better than 450. In fact, some might be so bold as to say it's twice as good. Twice as good. I don't always believe them, okay? I think maybe their statements are a little bit outrageous, but in theory, it'd be twice as good. R mode, please. That way you don't try and connect to the other belt. Okay, around here, more here. One more tile. Over to here, on top of that belt, under here, and then I want you to go up to here, across to that tile, down to yeah, here, and that tile, down, good belt, and plug that in there. So that you would say is possibly too high. It needs to lower from there. Come on. Height 1. Thank you. Cool. That you would possibly say is twice as good. Twice as good as a single belt that moves 450 items. Okay? Like, we can see this bucket is already very full. Very full. It's only been here for a couple of minutes. But do you know what? I've also heard rumors, and they're just rumors. They're just rumors that if you press tab and you tell Mr. Shippy to go visit that pirate, he goes away. Also, I've heard other rumors that if you take 3 belts, like, I know, it's outrageous. 3 belts, it moves even more material. 3 times as much material as a single belt moving 450, okay? Like, I don't believe it. I think it's a rumor. I think it's fake news, but, you know, it could be right. It could be right. It could be a fallacy. I'm not entirely sure. I've also been told it's even better, and it gets even more material out of the crater faster. Although, that could be the mayor, as I am the captain of the island. We do have a mayor. It could be the mayor lying to me. It's entirely possible. But I'm going to plug that belt into there. Cool. So that's 3 belts in. Now, technically, we have 3 belts out. We have this one, which, like I said, goes to filter medium. Then I have this one, which goes out of the crater. Then I have this one that goes out of the crater. There's a catch. They don't always go out of the crater. Also, not all 3 belts are working. So, we're going to make some modifications. Just little ones, tiny ones. You know, like stripping that belt back to there. That's the first modification. And running that belt into a new ghost belt, which we'll talk about in just a minute. And then run this belt into what was a belt. Yep. And then we're going to also rip out that connection to there, because that frees me up a spot for possibly a belt. Be good. Possibly getting a 3rd belt. You're kidding me. Like, right last second, you decide to do a 90-degree turn and smash into somebody else. It's like going driving with kids. They're first on their learner's permit. Okay. Okay. So, we're going to take a 3rd belt. A 3rd belt. A 3rd belt. Yeah. So, we still have 2 dedicated belts, but we have a new belt. New belt here that we need to talk about. We're going to get that belt built, and then we're going to talk about that in a minute, because these other 2 belts. These are the 2 belts I need to deal with first. As you can see, one pops up that hill. And I don't want things popping up this hill. I really want to dig out this hill. I want this hill gone. So we're going to pretend that that doesn't exist anymore. That definitely fell apart in the trash right there. Cool. This belt, believe it or not, comes down. It comes down from up there. It comes from... actually, does it? No, it doesn't come down. I'm actually not sure. I thought it came down. You know what? If I remove that end, we'll find out. No, it definitely goes up. It comes from that direction, then goes up. Well, we want to leave the crater. We want to leave the crater. We want to leave the crater behind. We want all the rock out of the crater. So I'm just going to plug that belt into there. I'm going to reverse the other one, and we'll find out what happens at the other end. So these belts now go this way, and they go under the new bridges we put in the other episode. Then they go up the new ramp that we ran all this infrastructure up, and then they come up to here, where they come around the corner. They climb over everything else because it was all placed in the wrong order, and they come to here. Now here is a special mess. It's a very special mess. As you can see, I have 2 belts coming in. Well, 3 belts actually, because this one's from the gold that is Yep. 3 belts coming in. Yep. Well, there's been provisions for more belts, but my problem is they don't all plug in currently. So we need to make some modifications. We need to make some modifications so I can get as many belts in and out of this balancer as possible. So first thing I'm going to do is run this belt into here. That's going to be important. That's going to be 3 belts in, 1 belt out. The maths is a work in progress. Can I go from there to there to here? I'd really like to go over, please. I'd like to go over, please. Please go over. Much better. Okay. Then naphtha pipe can go away. Perfect. Just straight up in the air. Done. Alright. We're going to move that naphtha pipe out of the way. Cool. We now have 3 belts coming in and 1 belt going out. Now, I'd like to improve that a little bit. So we're going to make some minor modifications. We're going to remove that. we're going to plug that one into there, then that one in there, and then we're going to build both those. So I now have 3 belts coming in and potentially 2 belts coming out. And if I build those 2 as well, I now have potentially 3 belts coming in from the bottom of the crater, potentially 4 belts going out of the crater, and 1 from, well, that bucket. That bucket. We need to talk to about that bucket. That bucket, it's for the coal mine. It's in sort of the wrong spot for the coal mine, the gold mine. It's the wrong spot for the gold mine. It sort of should be down closer to where they're digging, so that's a problem that we'll have to sort in the future, but that's a future jetty problem. The current jetty problem is we now have 4 belts. 4 belts heading up to here, at which point they hit another spaghetti mess. Another spaghetti mess that we also need to talk about. I said we had to come back to this spaghetti mess. So this is a bucket that is assigned to these 2 towers. These 2 towers, I can't hold shift and select both of them. They're assigned to this area. They're assigned to fill in this area. And as you can see, we're doing an all right job of filling this area. There's lots of rock going up here, but we can also see we're very, very busy, very, very busy trucks. And we have lots of trucks that have problems. Also some broken pillars, some retaining walls, all sorts of problems. We'll get to the problems. But I have 1 dedicated belt coming up here and feeding this guy. I don't want to have a dedicated belt feeding that guy. I'd much prefer a dedicated belt feeding into our balancer. So we can bring 4 belts up from the inside of the crater. And then we're going to take 3 belts forward and I'm going to loop 1 back. 1 back that is going to be not the priority out. And it is going to go into, well, the bucket. So if the belts are backed up or flat out or confused or something for some reason, well, we can at least put some material here. But honestly, I'd prefer not to put material here. I'd much prefer it if it flowed further around the crater so we could find somewhere new to put it. Now, we passed this bucket. Now, you might remember this bucket. This bucket was one of the buckets we've been moving around the crater as we go. Except it was now fed from, well, this balancer down here. This balancer down here that needs to have that belt reversed. And this merged in there. And build and reverse. Yes. Okay, so this belt is the one going all the way down to here again, which we don't need anymore. So that belt can go away. 3.3k construction parts. Yep. Also, we don't need that belt anymore. And this was the other bucket for gold when they were over here mining this side of the gold. We don't need that anymore, which hopefully gets some of the error messages to go away for some of the trucks because they're upset because they couldn't reach that bucket. Cool. So that solves that problem. That is going to bring material up to this bucket. Now, bringing material up to this bucket is great, but I also have 3 belts that are driving past this bucket that potentially are full of material, which maybe we want to drop into this bucket. So we're going to move that belt over by just a little bit, and then we're going to remove these tiles. Yep, and we're going to throw a... Really? You need 3 tiles? You're annoying. I'm going to throw a balancer in there. And we're going to just take a little joint off there. I'm going to say priority out, priority out, priority out. And we're just going to put a little balancer. Like, you know, there's a little bit of rock on these belts, and we're going to prioritize it, keep going along, you know, just in case. But if they're full, they're backed up, something's wrong with them, well, we can drop off just a little bit of rock here, so it's a little bit closer to the dumping zone so we can start dumping material. And then we're going to continue our belts along, because we have a lot of material we need to get out of the crater. And we're going to keep building our belts. And we're going to keep building our belts to here. Now, at this point, you may notice there's a problem. There's 2 existing belts here and a 3rd belt that's not built. And the existing belts, you would assume, as they came sort of from the general crater situation, that they'd be full of rock, because we've been moving a lot of rock out of the crater for a very, very long time. Except, somebody got overzealous with their digging. So the belts that did have a decent amount of clearance, not an amazing amount, but a decent amount of clearance, now have none. So we're going to choose to use existing infrastructure, being that one, and remove those. I'm going to plug you into there and you into there. Cool. We'll come back and talk about those in a second. All right, meanwhile, you are empty and you are empty. So you 2 can go away. Cool. That'll refund some parts. That can go away, obviously. You're not moving because you're empty. Good, that's excellent. You are moving because you still have a little bit of rock left on you. Can I just disconnect that there? Well, I didn't really... Well, it's gone. Okay, which means this is the last belt to go, and it is slowly draining as well. Once it's fully drained, we can remove that belt as well, which is fitting into our bucket that needs to go in the sea. So we now have 3 new belts that are very neat and very straight. I know, I'm surprised I could do it as well. Turns out I can build straight belts when nobody's watching. And they're going to come along to here. Now, once they get to here, we can see that 2 belts are making a detour into this bucket. And the 3rd belt's traveling along. Now, the third belt's coming over to here. Over to here, where we're hopefully putting enough material in the sea that I can finally plant trees on the front corner of the map. Because we're trying to plant trees on the front corner of the map for a long time, it was just full of sea. Alright, as for our other bucket now has 2 belts coming into it, but has 1 belt coming out, and the other belt stops right here. Because we ran into a small little problem. And that is, I used a little bridge. And the little bridge only fit 3 things under it, and I sort of need to fit 4. So we need that bridge to go away, and it needs all the vehicles to have a hissy fit about their bridge suddenly missing, and put in a slightly larger bridge. With our slightly larger bridge, we need to take out a naphtha pipe. Yes, this is the same naphtha pipe that we started talking about much earlier in the episode, and plug that in there. Cool. And with that done, we're going to remove that part of the naphtha pipe. Then we're going to take our diesel pipe, which goes to, well, the only fuel station on this side of the map. Yeah, we should probably do something about that. And remove that one. So with those 2 removed, I should be able to get this belt also built, which should mean, very importantly, that we should be in a situation where I have 2 belts coming into this bucket, and that is definitely trash. I'm going to pretend we didn't see that. We should have 2 belts coming into this bucket and 2 belts going out of this bucket. Also, I don't need any of those tiles marked because it's actually somewhat difficult to see when you have marked tiles everywhere. Cool. So that should give me 2 belts worth of material into this bucket, which I hear that 2 belts are better than 1 belt, and therefore I should get about 900 items per minute into this bucket. But from this bucket, I still only have 1 belt coming out. So we need to continue along with more material into more belts into more buckets. Cool. That'll get 900 over to here. But we still have some filling to do. We still need to fill this whole corner. There's a certain amount still to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this whole bucket. We're going to put this whole bucket over here. And we are going to grab a belt from there, over a tile, and run you along the coastline and plug you in there. And then do the same here. 2 tiles along to here and then into there. Cool. And build. All right. So you have a dedicated truck. You don't really need a dedicated truck anymore. You don't have any dedicated trucks. That's good. And you priority 13. Feeling generous. You can go up 1 priority. Which means, in theory, we should get lots of material moved to here very quickly. And with a lot of material being moved here very, very quickly, hopefully, as your dump zones are, well, right where you're standing and behind where you're standing, we should get this filled in reasonably quickly. Also, we should get this filled in reasonably quickly. Yeah. We may have a small problem with a couple of retaining walls that I know how to solve that problem. Yep, that should solve it. Cool. That's one hell of a landslide. It's fine. Meanwhile, you'll notice that this bucket is already full. Did that not get built? It looks built. This is why you need to check your work. You need to always check your work. In case 1 belt decided to be stupid. Alright, so 3 belts in, 3 belts out. 3 belts, 3 belts, 3 belts, 3 belts, 3 belts. If I just click on the belt and it says connected and working, it should connect to here. After we go to here, we go to 4 belts. 4 belts continues on as 3 belts, but they are prioritized out. You are no longer full. So we're going to remove your dedicated truck. You shouldn't need a dedicated truck. Speaking of dedicated trucks, our depleted uranium is full. So we're going to put another bucket. This one's not full, so we're still processing uranium. We've got 45 in stock. It's not a lot, but it's some. Gold is doing all right. We do have a problem with this bucket is in the wrong spot entirely. Technically, the dirt buckets are also in the wrong spot. Okay, you can access... sort of an oxymoron. We're driving the dirt up, then dump in a bucket, to dump in a bucket, to then drive it to potentially there. Or we could drive it probably the same distance down to dump it here, to then drive it to there. Yeah, I think we're going to go down with you into there. And then I think we're going to get rid of that and that. As for you, I would really like to attach into a balancer right there at that corner for 4 belts. But I do not think there is any chance in hell of me getting a balancer into there. So my best bet is possibly, definitely, 100%. Okay, my best bet is we're going to be putting the bucket here. I'm going to build the bucket and take our belt over to here. We're going to stop there. We're going to stop one tile, more 1 tiles. No, 1 tile. One. Yes, this is still unfortunately the best way to build a belt up a ramp. Because if I build it like this, I could technically put a second belt over the top of it, which may or may not be relevant in the future. And I'd prefer to have the option rather than just get the belt built in a hurry, knowing that this is not permanent infrastructure, but could be very permanent infrastructure. Okay, you need to go to here. Then you can go up to height number 3, fully extended. Yep, and then you can go over the topsies, and nope, there, up 1, height 2. Okay, height 2 from there to there, to there, to there, to there, to here. Okay, 2 here. Then no, stop it. The water pipe's in the way. Can I move the water pipe? No. Well, yes, but no. But yes. Okay, you live there. Can I... Oh, it's seawater. So it's not like super important, like fresh water. It's just the seawater we're using to make fresh water. Can I get you to come to there? Yeah. Great. You and you can go away. You were going to use that bucket, were you? Bad news. You can go into... No. Height 1. I'd really like you to plug in. Plug in. Right. You need to build that and that. Remove that off the edge. And now my water pipe. Build that too. My water pipe. So there to there. Okay, there to there to... Oh, you... I can see what you did. Fine. Fine. Thought it would be neater. This came down at a different angle. But it's fine. Okay, we got seawater hooked back in. And the belt is building. Alright, so that's our rock bucket, which is going back into the same balancer. It's just a different point of the hill now. Which means that I don't have to worry about digging too close on this side anymore. And we can, well, just mow our way through the hill. Because that's where our goal is hidden. Alright, so that should fix that problem. Meanwhile, Mr. Shippy's gone and found some friends. Can I send you out here to find more friends? And that should be, in theory, if we go back to our first bucket, 3 belts moving out at full speed. Yes, which should mean that we can very much dig through the side of this hill as fast as I want, providing I don't break these belts, which we're probably not going to do anytime soon. Possibly. Maybe. Also, we have idle trucks. 14 of them. That's not bad. It means that obviously all the dumping is... no, it probably means the digging is short. If I have 14 of you, can you have like 3 friends? And can you have 3 friends? Cool. That should probably do the trick. All right, so that was the first project I need to do. Second thing I need to do is I need to attend to the people, okay? I need to attend to the people because we're in the year, what, 443. 643. And I haven't been kind to them. I haven't been kind to them all, especially when I have 30 units to my name and I only have an income of 1.8. I obviously haven't been kind to them at all. Can I get you to go visit that one? Cool. What I need to do is I need to give them some happy, so I have more uni in per month. Because they are in very nice housing, very, very nice housing, but I'm not getting the full bonus from the food, the electricity, or water, because I'm not giving them household goods. And we've had this sitting here for, I don't know, 300 years, 400 years, and research-wise, well, we're staring down the last half a dozen research. Yeah, so I'd like to tick this one off our list. You know, household goods. Also I'd like to dismiss that, and that. Cool. You found a friend, and you're going to keep going forward. And what I want to do is housing services. I want to give you household goods. Right there. We're going to give you household goods. You need 16 people. Okay. Turns out we're going to also give you a new house to move into. All right. So I need to have 42 household goods per month, which means, really? There's a whole corner for you to dig at. Fine. You can have 2 more tiles. So I don't be disturbed. 2 more tiles. 2 more tiles. No disturbing. There you go. Giant rock slide. Oh my gosh. You okay? Oh, we're doing it over here too. Oh yeah. It's fine. It's fine. The bucket's right here. We'll get it emptied in no time. Alright, so what I need to do is I need to make some household goods. You are gonna be this recipe. The good news is I make 16 per building. So if I was to make those, okay, I would need to ship and battle location explore. You coming home? You've come home. Cool. I need to look for the green symbol up there. Rubber has low supply of rubber. I think it's because I built a lot of belts. Like, I don't know, I can't remember. I think about like 1,000 construction parts, easy, and 2,000 of the tier 2s. Yeah, which means a lot of tier 2s got to upcycle in tier 3s. Anyway, household goods. I need a couple of machines to do this. Also means that I need to get in the 3 materials, being the glass, the steel, and the wood. Yep. So we're gonna need 16, 32, 48. At least 3 machines. Yeah. 3 machines should do the trick. And I'm going to put you, I don't know, about there. Yeah, something like that. Also, I need storage. So we're going to grab a storage box, and I'm going to put a storage box. Let's go with here. Yep, there. Right there. And I can put the machines there. That's about as close as I can get. And we only need what? 16, 32, 48, plus some spares, and some spares. Yeah, I should do it. Alright, they need to have wood. Well, conveniently, there's a belt right here that has wood on it. So we're going to plug that into there, and then into there, and then there. Come on. And there, and there, and there. Cool. The second ingredient, I believe, is steel. Yeah, it's steel. Conveniently, there is a steel belt right here. Yeah. Which we should be able to plug into you, and if I take the belts this way, we should be able to plug into you. Come on. There. Down to ground level. Thank you. And there, and there. And there. And oh look, that lines up perfectly with where the connector is. So that just leaves glass. Now glass, we don't really have glass anywhere here because glass is not really used for construction parts, whereas all the other parts are used for construction parts. Ship is fully repaired. Can I get Shippy to go to here? Yes. But I do have glass over here. We have a whole box full of glass right here, which comes to here. And I'm pretty sure I can grab glass from that point, and I can drag it this way. And I can drag it up at height number 2 and bring it through to here. At which point there's a belt that gets in my way. But if I go sideways at that point, I should be able to pass right around the corner and find the exact build I'm looking for and plug straight to there. Which we should be able to plug into there, and there, and there, and there, and that one, and that one. Cool. And then I sort of need the back end of this to be built for it to work. And then we'd need an output, which would be into there, and you go to left, 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 and you go left, and... oh, that's wrong. You go left. And you go left with the F button on, so you can plug in. Cool. And then I need 3 of these. So then I need 3 belts across the front. Then I need the storage. Cool. We need to have not a lot of wood, so our 60 belts probably fine. We need not a lot of steel, so our 60 belt... we're using 6, 6, 6. Oh yeah, 60 belts heaps. Which then just leaves my glass. Now my glass, I do need to have 16 glass each. So that's 16, that's 32, it's like 48 glass. 48 glass to make 48 rocking chairs. So a 60 belt coming into this point's probably not going to be fast enough. But if I upgrade that little short leg, then that should give me 60 glass to hit. Probably going to mean before too long I need to get another glass smelter up and running. But in the meantime, that should give us 60 glass per minute down to these guys, which should give me about, well, potentially up to 60 glass rocking chairs per minute. Because, well, we're in the year, 644. We're far into the future. These people have been living like savages for a very long time, so they obviously need something to sit on, finally, after 600 years of standing on their feet. So they chose to take a rocking chair with some wood, put it together with some screws, and then they were stupid and lacked any other materials. So then they built all the padded parts out of glass, which is why one of these reasons why they break so often, because our recycling is going to go through the roof when we get this built. Meanwhile, Mr. Shippy, if I tell you to go there, you'd fight 1 pirate, and there would be 2 pirates, and there would be 3 pirates, and there would be 4 pirates. Sail there, please. Okay, so our glass rocking chairs need to obviously come out and go to the town, which is... oh. Off. Cool. Is that gap right there. So I need to come out of here, and I need to either go left and go all the way around this, or go right and go all the way around this. We're going to go right. I think right's going to give us the better option in the long run, which means we're going to go to there, there, and then I'm going to duck under here to this top. After I get to there, I'm going to come all the way forward, duck around this corner, and stop right about here, which will go up a tile and promptly run into a hydrogen pipe. Cool. Ship in battle. We won, no damage. Excellent. Cool. I have no idea what size pirate that was. I didn't look. You're a 610, you're a 990, you're a 990. Cool. Alright, after we get to here, there's a hydrogen pipe in the way. Now, this hydrogen pipe is sort of important. It feeds in the hydrogen to run the concrete machines. It also used to feed this guy who was making our fuel gas, who is no longer making fuel gas, so no longer needs a hydrogen pipe. Also, you're in my way. You just need to have a modification for a minute. Now, with that done, I should be able to take my belt, which shall be full of glass rocking chairs, and bring it along at height number 1 through to here, I say. And then from here, I should be able to go over the top of these boxes to about here. And then we should be able to go up to height 2. After we get to height 2, I want to come over to here, and then down to ground level, and then under the bridge. Now, in theory, I should leave room so we can get into all these buckets, so I can belt down all the food. The problem is it's all being delivered via truck currently. So because it's being delivered via truck, we can try it. We can try coming to there, then going up to... whoa, thanks game. Up to height 2. And that at least leaves the ports open. No. Can I go to height 3? I thought I went to height 3. My bad. Can we go to height 3? Cool. Height 3. And over to here. And slide into that back alley, because that's how glass rocking chairs get delivered. Via a back alley. Straight into the town. Yep. Black market deals around here. It's all we can afford. Location explored. We took some damage. Oh, that was the last pirate in the row. Yeah, all pirates dead. Ship in battle. No. Location explored. Yep. Ship in battle. No. Location explored. No. Ship in battle. Yep. Location explored. Cool. All right. Ship has finished battle. Ship has killed off all the pirates. We need to get that belt built. I also need to come back to this hydrogen pipe, because if it's not running, we don't make concrete blocks, which is probably going to be important. We're going to run you up over the top and then into there. Cool. That should give us our hydrogen hook back up, so you guys should run. Not that you've been short on hydrogen all this time. And our glass rocking chair should make it from our warehouse over to our town. And then when they get there, we should finally get a uni bonus. Because we're at 1.7 per month, which is not a lot. Honestly, not a lot. Really could be doing a little bit better. Research. Can I do... Superheated steam. Sure, let's get superheated steam. Let's get that done. It's another research that I don't really think I'm going to be using, but you know, it's going to block off the fast breeding reactor, which is something we should probably get around and playing with. In saying that, my power consumption is so low, it probably doesn't matter at this point. All right, so that should... Where are my glass rocket chairs? They're coming. They're coming ever so slowly. I'm half tempted to upgrade the belt just so it runs at twice the speed. I'm not going to move things any faster because we don't make them any faster, but oh, that's right. I get to delete that belt, which is all of that. Cool. All right, more units spent. Okay. Which means our idea shop, finally after 640 years, we finally have an idea. We finally have an idea. We also finally get a full uni bonus, which means we're going from 2 uni per month because we weren't getting all the bonuses. We also weren't doing household goods. Means this should skyrocket because our town is going to give us 100% uni bonus because it's now active. We get a 100% bonus. Prior to that, we just had all the penalties, being that they used more electricity and more water. Now we're up to... We didn't get it all from food because we don't have enough veggies. We'll fix that in the future. But we're getting full bonus from electricity, water, and an extra 2.8 from household goods. The extra bonus uni from hospitals because we get a 100% bonus on all uni now rather than 50%. Yeah. So we now have a 5.8 per month, which means that one. I could probably even look at upping our recycling. We could become more efficient. Or I could spend on construction, which is what we're going to be doing. Not in this episode, but in a future episode, we will spend on construction because I need to call this episode here. We have our parts up and running. We have, well, a happy town, a happy village. We also have, well, in theory, 3 belts. So that's what, 1350. 1350 rock is making its way up to, well, the edge of the crater. The edge of the crater every minute, which means that that was parked right at the very edge and should be filled in no time. And that's almost done. That's almost done, which means, where are we? That one. I can re-aim that to a smaller area, and then I can find the dirty tower, which is that one, and realign you from there to there, and I can get a little bit more dirt put in, right here. But I need to end this video here. We've made good progress. We have got many things done. We got an extra cargo ship. We even fixed our little cargo corner. We have a dock perfectly centered, trading dock that is, and we're ready for the next episode where maybe we'll do something about food. Maybe we'll just send the ship out, deal with the last few pirates. I don't know. We'll work it out in the next episode. But I need to call this video here. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you in the very next video. All right, bye.